Today's General Thoughts is a request by Kenneth David Bird. If you would like to make a request, go to the Patreon link in the description and pledge today.
When I was requested to review a pilot called Failing Upwards, I really wasn't sure what to expect from it. I had no prior knowledge of it or the people who worked on it, so I went in completely blind. Thankfully, it turned out to be a nice slice of life short that I could easily relate to. It managed to have a nice laid-back attitude that just felt comfy. Honestly, it just felt like you could sit back and relax with it. It gave me a bit of MTV Downtowns vibes with how it presented itself, though it was a bit more clean-cut, but that's what works in its favor.
I'm calling shenanigans.
The pilot is created by these two people named Gary Tremartry, if I didn't just take a meat cleaver to that name, and Nick Casaneda, if I didn't take another meat cleaver to that name. Gary is the writer of the pilot, and Nick is the animator of the short, who's had works featured on Cartoon Hangover. They created the pilot back in 2016 and used Indiegogo to get funding to make more episodes for half of a season of it. It reached its goal of $13,000, though as of right now, nothing has come to fruition. The premise is about these two long-distance friends who talk to each other over the phone and have regular conversations about their day or what's going on with them with sort of these over-the-top scenarios. It's a simple slice-of-life premise that works for itself. You get some creative stuff from what they managed to come up with, and you relate to it because you think about how you and your friends had similar conversations when you're just hanging out or chatting online. So you connect to what's going on, which is a nice touch. You honestly can just find yourself thinking, yeah, that's what me and my friends would do. Just have these out of nowhere, non sequitur conversations. It's just that relatable. You just easily can connect with everything.
You're screwing with me. I don't believe you.
The characters are named Cody and JC, and they're the big focusing point here because they usually stay in one place and just call and chat with each other. They work off of one another by just having these basic conversations that can revolve around their work or their social life. Their chemistry is something that is a big draw for them. Their chats feel like something you and your friends would have, especially with some of the crazy stories they tell each other. You get some normal scenarios like having to deal with annoying customers who are just very up their own ass and all that, or downloading a virus that messes with your printer and overdoes everything. The great thing is how relatable their stories seem. You find yourself understanding what they're going through and just laughing at it because you could just imagine your reaction to it. So that's a definite plus.
Have you ever tried filling out a resume?
I'm sorry, tried?
The online application process is one of the most daunting things ever. Half the time the interfaces don't even work. Luckily, I found a program that just does everything for me. Did I mention it turned out to be a virus? So, in short, I need a new ink cartridge.
The animation is pretty fine-tuned for a web pilot. They use thick outlines and rounded edges for the character's design, which gives them some major appeal. The backgrounds are simple but nice. But the thing is, for the most part, you're going to be seeing the characters in their rooms. Most of the scenarios they come up with tend to take place in another location, and they're more or less normal locations like a convenience store or an office space. They're still drawn very well though. It still looks nice for something made by a very small team.
This can all be cleared up with a quick internet search.
This is just a very nice and chill pilot that I honestly want to see more of. The characters are pretty chill and feel like someone you want to have a drink with and just shoot the shit with. The animation is pleasant to look at with some unique character designs. It's just an enjoyable slice of life pilot that you can relate to because you've probably had these type of conversations with your friends. You find an instant connection with everything going on because it feels like you've been through it. I don't know what's going on with this since it made its goal on Indiegogo, so I'm hoping they'll release more eventually. This is something that I feel could work as a very nice web series. But that's just a thought.